Hello everyone, welcome to Maestria. Now for today, we are going to focus on the different sentence patterns, okay? Now why do we need to understand on sentence patterns? This will allow us to expand our sentences and this will also help us improve our sentences, particularly in descriptions. Of course, we can make use of adjectives, adverbs to expand our sentences, phrases as well, but we can also be familiar with our sentence patterns so that we can also vary our sentences aside from expanding them. All right? So we'll start with the very first. The pattern SIV or simply your SV. S standing for your subject and V standing for your verb. In some, they use the SIV to emphasize that the verb there is an intransitive verb. When we say intransitive verb, we're simply referring to a verb that is usually followed by either a prepositional phrase of time and place and or an adverb. Okay? Example, she dances gracefully. Gracefully is actually an adverb. Okay? So gracefully is an adverb. It's taken as an object. So your dances there is an intransitive verb. The same way, if you're going to say, Roma eats upstairs. Okay? Upstairs is an adverb of place. So your eats there is an intransitive verb. Another example, they met in the lobby. In the lobby is actually a prepositional phrase of place. Therefore, your met there, your verb, is an intransitive verb. Alright? So this pattern is what we call as SIV or your SV pattern. Alright? Second pattern, your SVO. In others, we call it STVO. In others, they call it STVDO. At any rate, they are all the same. Subject, transitive verb, and direct object. Subject, verb, object. Subject, transitive verb, object. So they're still the same. Okay? When we say transitive verb, you need to have an object in your sentence. That's why they have to go together. We don't have SIVO. Okay? Only STVO, STVDO, or your SVO. So take a look at this. Your transitive verbs will always be followed by an object. What do you mean by object or direct object? Direct object, any noun or pronoun in form, and the direct object answers the question who or what. Such as when I say, the kids kicked the ball. Right? Kick there is already a transitive verb because you have an object following it. What did the kids kick? The ball. So the ball there is also a noun which answers the question what. Okay? Another example. The manager fired 3 employees yesterday. Okay? The manager fired. Fired is a transitive verb. Who did the manager fire? 3 employees or the 3 employees. The employees. Who? So the employees there is a noun and therefore it answers the question who. Therefore your verb there, fired, is a transitive verb. Okay? So always remember that your direct objects is in the form of either nouns or pronouns. For pronouns, this is one. I grabbed him in the arms. Who did I grab? Him. So your pronoun there is an object. Grab there becomes your transitive verb. Alright? Third sentence pattern. In the third sentence pattern, you are going to include already your indirect object. So we have your STVIODO, SVIOO. In here, you're going to have your indirect object. When you say indirect object, you are referring to a word that answers the question to whom or for whom. Okay? Such as if I give you a sentence, my niece gave my mom 2 boxes of perfumes. To whom were the 2 boxes of perfume given? Okay? My mom, to my mom, for my mom. Okay? So mom there is already your indirect object. Okay? And it's noun. You can also use in your indirect object, you can use actually noun and pronoun just the same. Same as the direct object, only your indirect object should answer to whom or for whom at that matter, or for what. Okay? Another example, we provided him all he needed. We provided all he needed. STVO. But if you're going to insert for whom are these things that were provided, okay? Him, for him. So him there now functions as your indirect object. Right? For your fourth sentence pattern, so we have SLVC. In your SLVC, that stands for subject, linking verb, and your complement. The complement is either a noun or an adjective complementing your subject. Your linking verbs, you know your linking verbs already. Oh, by the way, linking verbs do not only take the form of is, are, was, and were. There are special types of linking verbs so long as they are followed by an adjective or a noun that complements the subject. The verb there is a linking verb. Okay? Take a look at this one. The kid seems anxious. Seems is actually a linking verb. Anxious is your complement, describing or complementing the kids in the sentence. Okay? So notice that seems is not of is, are, was, were form. But this is still a linking verb because it's followed by an adjective. And so the structure there is a subject, linking verb, complement. SLVC pattern. Another sentence. Lara is the star of the night. Lara is the star of the night. Lara subject is your linking verb. Star of the night is your complement. Okay? Star is actually a noun. So I mentioned a while back we have what we call as predicate, adjective, and predicate noun. Okay? That's how you have to term it for the complements. Okay? So here, the noun here, star, is a complement referring to the subject, Lara. And your verb there is it's linking verb. Okay? So you have now the SLVC pattern. So in the SLVC pattern, you can either use the adjective or a noun so long as they're referring to your subject. That's why it's subjective complement as well. Alright? So they can take the form of predicate noun or predicate adjective because they're part of the predicate, of course. Alright? So that's the fourth. And for the fifth pattern, we have your STVOOC. Okay, if you have complement for subject, we also have complement for object. Okay, so you can start with a STVDOOC, okay, or STVDO and then just add OC. The panel recognized her the best researcher. Recognize. The panel, your subject, recognize. Who did they recognize? Her. Her is an object. What about her? As a best researcher. Best researcher there is now your complement to the object her. Okay? So take a look at the difference with the complement, complementing the subject. This one, you're complementing the object in the sentence. That's why it's OC, objective complement. Okay, another example. The administrators appointed Dr. Cruz as school chaplain. Okay? Who did the administrators appoint? Dr. Cruz. Dr. Cruz now is your object. As what? So you're going to give a complement, school's chaplain. Okay? So you're actually complimenting or giving an information about Dr. Cruz. So this is your pattern STVDO-OC. All right. So now that you have had the 5 sentence patterns, let's try to see how well you've understood these 5 sentence patterns. I'll be giving you here 5 exercises or 5 items. You just simply identify what pattern is used. Okay, you can do the underlining to identify further, and then do understand also what the sentence provides. Okay, so here are your exercises. There you have it. So I just hope that you were able to understand further. So let's try to see if you got correct answers for all the exercises. Okay, if you got 5 points, then bravo for you. If not, you can always try and then review the video for further understanding. Okay? This is Maestra Rhea, and thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet and you want to have more of the lessons in my channel, then click on subscribe and watch. Bye-bye.